Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Um, do a little bit different today. I guess all my videos are a little bit different, but either way, I want to talk about a couple of things. And the first note, and I did make notes again on this one just because I had so much that I wanted to say and I didn't want to forget it. So I want to talk about, to begin with, I want to talk about lone wolves. Those people out there, whether it's the viewers of my channel or people that you know or that you've heard of, that think they're going to survive all by themselves after crap hits the fan. You know, oh, nothing. I got my so-and-so firearm and my bow and my knife, and I'll go into the woods and I'll live off the land. I'll eat what grows out there and I'll kill what I need to kill, you know. And I'm going to tell you what, I hope you have a will printed, put somewhere where your family can find it, because lone wolves will die within the first 30 to 60 days. Sorry, my eyes are itching. I don't want to be one of those guys. Sorry, guys. Wearing glasses and staring at a computer most of the day dries my eyes out pretty rough. But anyway, 30 to 60 days, most of them going to be gone. There's going to be very few, 1 in a million, that can do that. Go to the woods and survive. And I'd be willing to bet against that one. It's just, that ain't going to happen. But, so now I want to talk to the normal, everyday prepper, that private prepper, outspoken prepper like myself. I want to talk to you. If you are any level or form of prepper, I want to ask you a question. Hey guys, I'm going to interrupt right here for just a minute. Please, if you get any value out of the content that I provide and that I make for you, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share the video when you can. Help me grow the channel. It means much more to me and those that truly want to learn and help others be prepared than you'll ever realize. If we can help one person and that person helps one person and that one helps one person, it really makes a difference, and it's going to help us all be better prepared when crap hits the fan. Please hit that thumbs up button, or as Dutch says on Keeping It Dutch, as Sean says, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share the video when you can. Share the channel. If I can help you, my email's under the About Me section. Send me an email. I'll do everything I can. Thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of the video. Kind of multiple part question. One, do you believe there's going to be bad people out there when crap hits the fan that are going to rob, steal, kill to get what they want? And do you think they want your stuff? That's two questions, right? So are they there? And will they want your stuff? So I'm pretty sure no one is going to say they're not out there. So, okay, yes. The bad guys are there. When they get hungry, or the ones in their group get hungry, they're going to come for your stuff. Period. They're coming for it. If you don't plan for it, you might as well throw up a white flag and say, hey, come get it. I did all this work for all these years, for all these months, so you can come take it. They're coming for it. So what that leads to is, are you putting in more effort than the bad guys? Now, I know most of us normal people out there work a 9 to 5 job or 8 to 5 or whatever you want to call it. We're out there working, busting our butt, trying to survive with this crazy inflation the way is going on. And it's going to get a lot worse. And have something left over to prep. So you've got to put out more effort than the bad guys, period. If you're not, you're letting them win. I'm going to get off of that because I could, this conversation could trail way off out in the left field, and I want to get off of that. So think about it. If you're not putting out more effort than the guy you're preparing to defend from, then you might as well just stockpile it for him. Are you stockpiling food? Have you seen the actual inflation rate on food and necessities in the last I'll say 6 months to a year to 2 years? Have you seen it? And I'm talking to my daughters yesterday and earlier today, and I'll tell you, I buy a lot of things off of Amazon because it's cheaper. They deliver it to my house, and I get larger quantities. So, actually, my younger daughter joked me a little while back because we were in Walmart together. One of the first times I had been back in this Walmart in quite a long time. And she was joking because when I got to the shampoos that I use, I emptied the shelf. They only had 4 or 5 of the big bottles. I emptied the shelf. Well, I do the same thing with, I have an electric toothbrush, but also have manuals. I found them on Amazon. Got easily a 2-year supply for, fraction of what I would pay in the store local here. So I ordered them. Wasn't a big amount of money, but I've still got all the toothpaste and the toothbrushes and dental floss and all that stuff stored in the tote that I've got it stored in, full. But what I like for myself, I'm a little more picky about, so I ordered what I liked. Well, I got on there last week and decided I was going to order the toothpaste that I like. And the last time I did this was about 6 months ago, and it comes a twin pack, 2 to the package. And it was $4.99 6 months ago. And I reordered last week, and it was $12.99 for a twin pack. Now, $5 versus $13. I don't care who you are and whose math it is. That's more than 100%. When you more than double the price in 6 months, and no, it's not technically food. So maybe it's not falling into their category, what they're talking about. But it's a necessity. I like to brush my teeth and try to keep them clean. See? I'm only missing one and I'm fixing to be 55. Back here. Inflation's hurting. Are you stockpiling food? You need to be getting everything you can that's shelf stable or that you have a safe way to store now. I know somebody that gets EBT, food stamps, whatever you want to call it. She's told me multiple times she gets way more than she can use. I said, why aren't you getting extra food and putting it up? I don't have anywhere to put it. Excuses aren't going to get the job done, y'all. she's got it for free and she doesn't use it. I'm busting my butt and can barely survive with the inflation rate the way it is, especially with fuel going up as much as it has. In my area, it's went up about 19 cents in the last 12 hours. Are you storing food? If you're not, shame on you. There ain't anybody out there that's not blind as a bat and crazy as a loon that doesn't see what's coming. You better be stockpiling food. I'm sorry. I'm not your pastor. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm just telling you. Please, I don't want to see people suffer for no reason. So that led me to this next thing that I wanted to say. I'd rather have 5 people that I trust with my life than 50 people that I doubt a little bit. Good people, but would I really trust them with my life? There ain't that many people out there. Not for me. I've got 5. I've got 10, 12, 15 to be, if you want to be honest about it. Do you? Quality over quantity every day. So we go back to that first statement about the lone wolf. Lone wolf's not going to make it. A little bitty group's not going to make it. Unless you're in a bunker in the ground somewhere where nothing can get to you and you plan on staying there for a couple of years or more. Like a book I read once. Unless you buy an abandoned salt mine and close that thing up where can't nobody else get in there and you've got years and years and years worth of supplies for you and 30 other people. It ain't happening. Not for the guys watching YouTube videos. Ladies. So the little saying I have on my office wall says, you become who you hang out with. So, hang out with those that build you up, not tear you down. Who's your top 5? Then I added this part to it that says quality over quantity. You need quantity and quality. But you can't get quantity and hope to get quality. You have to get quality and continue building off of that until you've got the quantity. Doesn't work. Doesn't work when you just get quantity. Go out there and get 100 people to join your prepper community. And if you can't have the 5 that you'd take a bullet for, then would take a bullet for you, that 100's no good to you. You need quantity, but you need quality first. And that means train. If they're not willing to get up and train now while we have a chance to prepare for what's coming, they're not going to do it when you need them the most. So there's people that, in joking, and I've got some friends with handicapped children that I love dearly. I'm not making fun of handicapped children in any way, form, or fashion. But there's a lot of people that make little joking comments throughout your normal everyday stuff about they ride or rode the regular bus in one way, form, or another, not in those exact words. My comeback has always been, and will probably always be, but the short bus was full too. And they were all like-minded. And I'll tell you something about the ones riding the short bus. Most of them work twice as hard as the ones that rode the long bus. Because they learned early on that you had to give it everything you had in order to succeed. There's no excuse for it if you're not out there giving it 100%. If your spouse is giving it 100% and you're not taking care of that spouse. I don't care if it's the man and the woman or the woman and the man. It's got to be equal. You both got to make sure the other one doesn't do without. The short bus folks were like-minded too. They all knew they had to work hard every day for every little inch they gained. I'd take a short busload of people over a long bus any day, because I know they'll work their butt off for what they want. Old saying is, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. Some of you may have heard that, some of you may not. But I thought about it earlier today, and I made myself a note while I was at work. And I just want to tell you, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. And the basket is smoking. You might not see the flames yet, but where there's smoke, there's fire. The basket's smoking. Do something. My younger daughter told my older daughter that I hurt myself, pushing myself as hard as I have been. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys, like I always am. It's not that I hurt myself pushing myself. My hip's been hurting for 2 weeks. Feels like somebody's put a nail in that hip joint right there. But I'm still walking. I'm still putting that plate carrier on, and I'm walking. And just because my hip hurts, I'm not going to stop. God's given me the strength and the brains to know I need to be out there doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it until either my hip decides to stop hurting or I don't need to anymore. What's your excuse? I might limp, but I'm getting there. Rocky Mountain spotted fever has wreaked havoc on my body, especially my joints. I've seen where other people got it and got treatment right away and are living normal with no side effects. But in my case, I had it for 3 years before the doctors figured out what the heck was killing me. 3 years. Not 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. And I'm fighting it every single day. And I'll keep fighting until Jesus calls me home. Because I'm going to do what I can to make sure my kids and my family and my grandkids and my loved ones can survive what's coming, whether I do or not. What's your excuse? I will push on. I'll push myself until I can't. And then after I get my breath, I'm going to push some more. You must find a way, another topic, you must find a way to free up assets. I follow a few other YouTube channels. Really, really good one that I like is Pinball Preparedness. I really like that guy. He doesn't know I exist, just like the rest of them. Hidden Heights Farm, Keeping It Dutch, Orange Family Homestead, the Max. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few others. I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube. But Pinball Preparedness, Southern Prepper One, those guys are real good people. I'm not saying real good people, I'm saying they are real good people. That's who you need on your team. But you must find a way to free up assets. You don't need satellite. You don't need that coffee from the coffee shop or wherever you get it every morning. I love to go by one or two places in America in the morning and get breakfast before I go to work. And the way the economy is, I'm realizing how much I was spending on breakfast every day and then adding in lunch. So for the last few months, I cook my breakfast at home and I take it with me. I cook lunch and I take it with me. I'm eating healthier and I'm saving a lot of what I've been spending. So find a way to free up assets and put those assets into something that's going to pay off for you and your family in the long run. You will never regret having extra food on hand. You will never regret. I think I missed a note. Nope, I just didn't write it. You will never regret having anything when you need it or when a loved one needs it. So I've been talking about building this water tower for a couple of years, and I just haven't had the resources when I needed it in order to be able to do it. So I got the telephone poles that I want. I bought the 275 gallon IBC food grade totes several years ago, planning for this. I pressure washed them several months back, inside and out. And of course they get dirty again outside, but the inside's clean. So I'm thinking I got them sitting down there just waiting to build this tower, but that's 550 gallons of water I could have stored just by filling it up. So I got out there today after I got home, took my granddaughter home and all that. I got home, took care of the chickens, took care of the dog, took care of the cats, took care of the baby chickens, fed myself. I got out there and I filled those water containers up. It takes around 40 minutes for my well to fill up a 275 gallon tote. I don't know what that comes to per minute, but 550 gallons sitting down there now in a clean stored container, and I added a little bit of bleach to the water to keep it from growing algae and getting dirty and all that stuff. Not enough to where you'll taste it when you drink it, but it'll keep that water fresh. And then I checked my 55 gallon drums that I have out there that I bought food grade drums many years ago. I can't remember, 7, 8, 9 years ago, 10, whatever, that I've got sitting there, and I've changed them once or twice just because I wanted to clean them. Inside's crystal clear, by the way. Popped the top off one yesterday to check it. Water fresh and clean as if I just put it in there. So that's another 210 gallons. So 550 and 210 is 770 gallons. And then I walked out to my mini barn where I store most of my stuff. And I started adding up all the water I've got stored in there in containers. I've got about 850 gallons of clean filtered, because my well, I have a filter on the well. So as soon as it comes out of that tank, it goes through a carbon filter that filters down to 0.04 or 0.05 microns, which is pretty doggone good. You can get better, but we're talking about coming from the ground, a clean well to begin with. So I've got around 850 gallons of clean potable water stored, and I add to that every time I empty a container. There's no reason why you can't have water stored. It's almost free. And you're emptying things all the time that can be washed and sterilized and filled back up with water. Now, the IBC totes, I think I paid like $50 or $75 a piece for them several years back when I bought them. I actually bought 3. And I gave a buddy of mine who is a prepper 1. And he's used it. And I kept 2. If I could find a few more when I had a little extra, I'd buy them too. But anyway, if you're not putting in more effort than the bad guys, why are you putting in any at all? Guys, you got to get serious. I have to get serious. You have to get serious about prepping and having things that your family will need. Time is counting down. We're closer now than we've ever been. I'm not trying to tell you tomorrow all crap's going to hit the fan. Nobody knows that, like I've said before, but Jesus. But there's many phrases in the Bible, many paragraphs in the Bible that tell you to prep. We need to be prepping. And you need to be prepping hard. Time's running out and the bad guy's not going to wait. I tell people this all the time when we're out on the range training. They're taking that firearm or that rifle, whatever it is, and trying to hit that bullseye. Why? Does the bad guy walk around with a bullseye right here? Right here? No. And he ain't going to stand still for you to find it. Train for what makes sense. You need to be draw fire. You need to practice enough that you can unholster that. Wow, my phone told me my size limit had been reached. Started a new video. Wow. You need to be practicing enough that muscle memory puts your weapon on target. Hip, chest, out, squeeze. Hip, chest, out, squeeze. You need to hit your target. Aim small, miss small. They're not going to be still, so you can find that bullseye. Guys, it's time to get serious about prepping. Oh my goodness. This kind of video makes me feel like folks are going to say, "You full of crap," and turn me off. And if that's what I did to you, I apologize. But if I helped you, or if there's someone out there you know I can help, share the page when you can. Share the video. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Help me grow the channel. Guys, I appreciate y'all more than you know. Remember the 2 things I always tell you, and it's more important than anything I've ever said or anybody else. Jesus loves you. And so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.